Well, g'day guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now, this one, a little Phillips. We thought we'd do a quick repair, and hopefully it's quick, and a little bit of a restore, just to bring it back looking fairly nice. It is a customer set, so they just want it brought back working and looking pretty good. Okay, so that's this one we're going to do. The Breville, well, yeah, part 8 will be along soon. Haven't got back onto it yet. This is the Breville M96 that I'm working on. So I hope you're following along with it. If not, check out some videos below. And what else have we got? Our little record player that we've got to rewind a transformer, an output transformer. I haven't got the wire yet. So yeah, as soon as we get that, I'm going to attempt to make a coil winder of some description. Don't know where I'm starting. YouTube will probably help me with that, but I'll probably put my own twist on it or something like that. And yeah, as soon as I get the wire, and I will let you know, and you can see how I go about making a coil winder and, yeah, rewinding a transformer. Never done it before, so let's have a crack at it. Okay, this one, it's a Phillips little mantle unit, in very good order actually. The back is a masonite back, and well, it's all in one piece. Aerial, that looks like that has been replaced. I have no idea if anyone has been in this. Power cord, it looks original actually, but yeah, it's original plug and is in very good order. It's a cloth cord. Now this radio is a 1958 model. Well, made in 1958, and well, it's a 4-valve. It's a model 166. I'll give you a closer look at this shortly, but there it is, a 166 Phillips. So let's get the back off and have a look what's inside. Hopefully this is a quickie. So this little radio, we won't fully restore, but we'll probably get everything out of the case and give the case a polish up, and yeah, get him looking fairly nice. Now there's all the screws are there. It must have 2 little tabs up the top there. It looks like these are original screws, so we might have an original radio here. Hopefully no one's been in and butchered it or anything. Oh, okay. That's interesting. That's probably supposed to be glued on the top, that fella. Right. Let's have a looky-see. And, okay. Okay. 2 underneath. And these looks like we just loosen. And she comes up. Okay. Well, straight away I can see, and you can probably see as well, there's been someone else in here. Got a yellow cap there, mustard here. A little bit of tape around the upper transformer. Oh, the transformer's okay. A lot of that's, we'll have to tidy that up. Got a waxy in there. There's a mustard way down in the middle there. There's there's another little poly here. Yeah, interesting. It's had a new resistor in there. Maybe not the original power cord. I thought it was, but no, that is not, certainly not an original earth bit of soldering there. Let's get this over here a bit closer. Yeah, that's I'll get this bit of paper out of here. Right. Okay, closer inspection. Oh, something's rattling. Okay. It's another one of those little brackets from the top. And it looks like they have been on there. And it's broken out on those two. This one's okay. So that's what we're looking at. Nothing that a little bit of JB Weld on here won't fix. Now, we'll just try and get a little bit more power cord. There we go. Okay, Arts and P, number 4. So it's a 4 valve. 1958, if I'm not mistaken. I think that, I don't know whether that's written here, but there's your plate underneath it. It's not written there, but the circuit tells me it was 1958. So there's your layout. Okay. 6M5. Boy, we don't like those, do we? 6V4. Now, I guess we've got our tappings for our transformer here. We're going to dim bulb this. Yeah, why not? Why not? I'll put the meter on the HT and just monitor our HT. Now, we've got 2 little cap cans down in here. You can probably see them there behind the 6N8. So, monitoring this is a weird setup. How we've got a sort of an afterthought, a plate here with the audio transformer just strapped on. It looks original, but yeah, you'd think they would have done some other arrangement with it. That's a new aerial wire, so our lamp is moved sideways a little bit and is over towards the plastic there at the front, which is not a good thing as far as heat's concerned. Going to take these 2 screws out because the cabinet will have to be washed and cleaned. Right. What else can I say? The IF trannies don't look like they've been moved. That looks very original for Philips. The red lacquer that they put on them hasn't been cracked by the look of it, so I'd say IF alignment will probably be very good. These cans do not drift. They don't give any problems. A little tuning cap in there. So, okay, enough of the lookies. Let's see if this is going to spring to life, will we? We've got the red wire and he goes down to Oh, can you see that? No. Let's point this out for you. He goes to a couple of filter cups in there. Where are we? In there. Yeah, pretty hard to see, but yeah, the filter cap's there. So that's where we'll be monitoring from. Okay. Now I'm going to sit him on his end. That's just a bit easier with the meter leads. Ground clamp and for the meter. Give you a bit better look at things. There you go. Hopefully you haven't got too much light reflection there. Now, voltage, 0.043 we've got at the moment. Going on a 40 watt dim at the moment. Okay, we've got the dim bulb set up there. Now, let's see what happens. We don't. Okay. I better put the variac up, eh? Here we go. 100 volts. Okay, the variac's on 100, and you can probably see there. You probably can't see everything on there. I've got to get a better view of that. Okay, 100. Dim. Dimming off. We're also watching our meter here. We're on 5 watts there, so no problems. Not much happening here at the moment, but we're only on 100 volts, okay? And I think we're starting to conduct. And she's rising. And this is our HT, okay, to the speaker transformer. That's where we'll put in. So obviously our 6V4 is working fine. But of course, 16, 17 volts is not going to cut it. So let's take it up a little bit. 130. It's 130 volts. And she's coming up. Don't have anything there at the moment. Probably too low. Okay. We'll go up to 160. And it says we're using 9.9 watts. A little bit hard to see my watt meter there. I need to lift him up a little bit, don't I? Okay. See, is that a little bit better for you? You might be able to see it. Okay, we're up to 80 volts. I hear static. So, tells us a couple of things. Speaker transformer is okay. The 6M5, thank God, is okay. And we're on 80 volts, so I think we're a little bit doughy on the electros. Okay, 200. Pulling 15 watts. And we've only got 114, 115. Not much happening there at the moment. Still a crackle. That's all we've got. Okay. 230 volts. That's what we're running here in Australia. And yeah, I think our cap cans are, our electrodes are well down, 150 volts. Now, I'm not sure of the voltage, what it's supposed to be. I'll have a look in a moment. So we're drawing 21 watts there, and not much happening there. Oh, hang on. We do have something. Not much. Got some RF happening though. Just hold my hand on the antenna. And we've got some sort of noise. Okay. That's very, very low. That's flat out without an aerial at all, which it should pick up with a piece of wire like that. Nothing. Okay, so bulb says it's normal 21 watts, 22 watts, which would be right, sitting at 238 volts. And as you can hear, oh yes, we've got Taylor singing, and yeah, very big thing tonight. She's singing in Melbourne. So yeah, it's a Tay-Tay sort of a day. Okay, we're sitting at 150, which is obviously nowhere near high enough. We'll get the chassis out and check the electrodes. Okay, first of all, our knobs. Yeah, come off quite easily. Well, yeah, no, little bit tight, but he's okay. Now, I've also put a towel down to protect things here. Don't like things scraping along my bench. It looks like 2 screws top, and the chassis comes out just straight back, I think. Okay. We also have a couple of little cardboard sliders that actually, I think they're supposed to be glued onto the chassis when it slides in. Okay. And yeah. Okay. The speaker leads, that's the extent. That's as far as they're going to come out. Okay. Two white leads in there, and that's as far as we get. Now, where do they connect? One on here, and the other one is that fella. So it's those two. Okay, so one's ground, that fella there, and yes, someone else has certainly been in here and not doing a real good job of the soldering. That is for sure. And I'll probably replace the mustard caps. I don't like them at all. This thing, as with all my restorations, I want them right when they go back. Okay. Now, that should be the speaker wires off. And our dial is also holding this. Okay, do we have to take this off separately? One's already loose. Okay, so looks in pretty good order actually. Got to be so careful with the numbers though, please, when you're doing this, cleaning them up. Just try and do it dry on the back with a brush or something. Don't put any water-based anything on these. Your numbers will just float away, being a transfer, and you won't be left with a dial. So, okay. No, it doesn't. I'm a little bit unsure of how this comes out. The needle, how do we get at it? Okay, well, we must get at it down here and put him along and then unwrap our dial cord off the pointer. This is interesting. Let's see here. Oh, I don't like dial cords. Okay. Okay. Unwrap off the actual pointer. Hope you guys can see this. Right. Our pointer's off. And now Shazzy's out. Anyway, we've got to set this up. That'll have to be repainted. So, yeah, we can do that down the track. We may as well keep going here. Take the speaker out. 3 screws, all got to come out. And thank God the Bakelite is holding up. It's not cracked, even though we've got 2 pieces up here that is. This will reveal what the speaker's like. Good. Very good. Our little furry friends have been at work in here, but that can be overcome. No problem at all. A little bit of fluff. Otherwise, yeah, really, really nice order. Very nice order. No scraping. Yeah, nice little speaker. I will take this out as far as our dial mechanism's concerned. Okay, so he comes out. And yeah, I think the pointer's supposed to run along there, and it's good clean up. I probably did this the wrong way. And then our dial lamp reflector, or whatever you want to call it, it's also in very good order. Okay, so that will enable us to do something a little bit better. It's actually in pretty smick order. There is some tarnish in the gold. We'll just see how far we're going to go, but can't do the top one. We can take this off. I can't get these out by the look of it. a little badge is actually a nut that holds our Phillips badge on, so that will be easy enough to get out. You can see the little clip and how it actually goes over the case, over the case there. So we've got to do the same with those fellas. Been glued before, but yeah, doesn't hold. Okay, the front grill does come off, and actually there's two of these that are broken off. We may take the front grill out, do something with these to get rid of them, and we'll come up with a way of holding it in. A smear of Celastic either side will actually hold it in, and it'd make things a lot easier without cleaning. The badge, Phillips badge, I'd like to get it polished, and yes, it comes off as well. Just a couple of little fellas in there to lift up, and that all comes apart. Righto, that's for the case, so pretty straightforward with this one. Our tuning cap, nice little Phillips one. The one of the vanes is bent in slightly there, and I think that may have been our scratchy noise when we first started up. Either that or dust. There's lots of dust in it. Transformer just needs a tidy up. He looks good. That Pearl 6M5, a fair bit of work there. Yeah, a lot of hours on that. Okay. Now, to make things easier with our capacitors, so forth, I'm going to take this plate off and just put it aside somewhere. We'll put some extended leads on our transformer so that we can get in here and work on this a lot easier than what it is. As I said, there's a waxy in there, 2 electrodes down in there. One is actually, I don't know whether I've got to show you that. Can you see the rubbish? You probably can't. The rubbish around. Well, really, no, that one's not too bad. But this one, he's lost a lot of rubbish out of him. So, yeah, probably not working at all. And, well, that's where we were testing as well. So they're going to have to be replaced. I don't know. I'm not going to recan them. So we'll find a place in there for them. Okay, so mechanism working quite nicely. Working very nicely. A little bit of a squeak there and a little bit of oil and cleaning in places. Now, the capacitors in here, and we do have alignment procedures, which is very, very straightforward. Just really nothing to it. The dial calibration, so forth. Yeah. And downloaded from our friend, everybody's friend, Kevin Chant, kevinchant.com. If you're looking for all these sort of things. If you can't get it at Kevin, you obviously you can go to Radio Museum and places like that. But kevinchant.com, and I think it's .au. But anyway, do a search for Kevin. He's got a lot of gear in there. Okay, let's clean this up and get rid of the transformer out of the road and replace some caps and see how we go then. Strange thing here. We're just looking at whoever's been in here and replaced a few things. Thought this was going to be... It's never easy, is it? It's electronics. Of course it's not easy. Okay, the wiper actually is dodgy soldering job there. The wiper goes down here, over to here, and connects in with a 2.2 meg, so forth. So let's have a look at the circuit. Now the wiper goes straight over here to a 2.2, and looking at our circuit here, our wiper is supposed to go straight to a cap, to the 6M5. R11 is a 47k. Now if we look in here, there's the cap, goes down here to a 47k. That's on the high end of the pot. Shouldn't be. That cap has to be on the wiper, and the one that's on the wiper goes down here to a 2.2 meg. So if we follow this up, I'll just keep out of the shadows here, to R6. Now R6 should be this fella here, probably a 2.2 meg. So if we look at our parts, R6 is 500k. R4, R8 is 2.2. Are we mistaken with this? R4 and R8, they're both 2.2. This fellow's supposed to go to R6, 500k. So he comes down here to this fella here. This doesn't look the same either. Yeah. So we've got a 2.2 going off there. And that also has a cap to ground. Now, this fella, yeah, just a moment. I'm just going to, it's no use in you guys following along with this because I'm not sure what's going on here. We're going to make sure it's exactly the same chassis. It seems, but this is wrong. It's been wired wrong. We've also got a cap here that goes to ground, which is a 0.22 to the other end of the 470k. Now, there's the 470k. I think that's him. R9. R9, 470. So that's him there. R9, and we're looking at C15 and C15, 13. C15 is a 0.22. Okay, so he has a 224 in there, so that is correct. That one is correct. We've just got to work this thing out and find out what's going on here. Righto, guys, well, we're starting to make some sense of this thing. The manual, the circuit diagram, that one there is not R6, it's R8, which is a 2.2 meg. So I couldn't work out R6 when it was saying, well, R6 is actually the volume control, because on here, R6, R7, it's the pot, okay? It's a 100k pot. Well, it's a 500k pot with a stop at 100k. And, well, if we go back to R8 at 2.2 megohm, so that makes sense as to this fella here. Right. So, yes, that does make sense where that lead comes off and goes up here. So really, all that's wrong in this department is this and this have been put on the wrong terminals on the pot. Okay, so nothing else wrong. Now I will replace that waxy there. I'm just going to test these. They're probably well, that one's a new one. This little poly here is a new one. We'll just test them. I'm pretty sure they'll be okay. The main problem is going to be down here with the electrodes. All right, so we'll swap these over. I also want to go through the resistors and measure them to see what's out of spec. Now what we have here is I've replaced that capacitor there. Now in here I've chopped the lug off this fella. These are nearly impossible to unsolder and get out without a lot of heat. So unsoldered this fella here. There's a 1K resistor goes between them, which if we look at the circuit, this is where we're travelling at the moment, R12, which is, yep, a 1K. So 17 and 18 are both 24 mics. Now, for curiosity, they've been leaking. They're a mess. But let's put the meter on and see what they measure. Okay, so they're both to ground. So I've just got the ground on the meter, and there we go, 17.2 microfarad. God knows what the ESR and everything's like, but that's of the first cap in the series, C17. And that's not real good for a 24. And let's try this fella. 18. Yeah. So, yeah, it's a good thing we're getting rid of those. So I'll probably try and solder a terminal strip in here somehow to get this lug and this fella soldered to him. So, yeah, I'll see how I go here. Probably need a bigger soldering iron too. And what we've done is fitted the two caps in on a tag strip here. We've put the tag strip in, as you can see there, and that's the 1K resistor that goes between the caps, both 22 mic at 350 volt. Okay, so that's what we've got in there. Now, going to check the rest of the resistors. Rightio, checked all the resistors. There was only two that were out of spec, which I've changed. A 1K and a 47K was reading 65K. So I've changed both those, put everything back. It's the caps are in, and now's the time to see, is it going to come up? I've got it connected up to an extension speaker over the back. So got him on dim bulb, and we'll probably start up at half voltage, 120 volts, monitoring the HT straight out of the 6V4. So, okay, here we go. We shall turn him on. That little fella's dim. Our other dim bulb came up and went back out, which is a good sign. Let's see whether it's going to make any noise or what I might have done to not make it work. I think the rectifier being the 6V4, I think is fairly weak. I think all the valves are fairly weak in this little fella. Nothing coming up yet. Our voltage is starting to come up. We might give it a little bit more, up to 140. And our HT should actually be the plate of the 6M5, 208. So 208, 210 we're looking at. Okay. Actually, where we're monitoring, it says 232 on the cathode of 6V4. So we'll take him up a bit further. As I said, he's a little bit doughy. Everything's starting to conduct. We still have no sound yet. I hear a crackle. Okay, so we'll go right up to, straight up to 230. And we've got 149, 150. I think our 6V4 is very, very weak. Okay. Now, we've got, yeah, I don't think we've got enough voltage. I think our 6V4 is just not doing the job. Our voltage is just too low. Righto, well, I got the I've got the Variac set on 150 volts and a second hand, but looks fairly good, 6V4. So we'll see how this goes. That's at 150. Mind you, the old one, yeah, he doesn't look good, but we'll see how quickly this one comes up, and if he reaches around about a good voltage fairly quickly, we might be right. He seems to be climbing fairly quickly there. As I said, 150 volts going in. And yeah, stabilising at 120. So I'll take him up a bit. We'll take him up to 230. And up she goes. Better than what it was. Although, not real good, is it? 160. We're looking for 232. This is a bit of a worry. This is a real worry, actually. We should have a bit better voltage than that. Okay, let's remove the 6M5 and make sure he's not dragging the chain down. And yeah, I think there's our problem. I think, yep. By the look at that, 235 looks good, and this 6M5, yeah, he's done a lot of work, that fella. A lot of work. So we'll replace him as well. Maybe the 6V4 didn't need replacing. Certainly the 6M5 is dragging it down. And it's a wonder that hasn't taken out the audio transformer, actually, with the current it's dragging. Okay, we'll find another one of them. I have a 6M5 here. Once again, used. Don't know what he's like. But we'll try him out. There we go. Righto. And pin bulb comes up. It's drawing 17 watts at the moment. It's not conducting yet. Up goes the voltage. And a little bit better voltage than what we had. 216. 218, which is not too bad. Recommended on our 6M5 is 208. We're looking at 18. So it's a little bit high and 210 on the screen. Okay, so that's what we're looking for. And on the strangely enough, on the rectifier, the 6V4, it says 232. Yeah, that could be the AC voltage there. I'm not sure. But we don't have an audio. Why don't we have audio? We should have some audio there. There's nothing. We did have audio. We don't have anything. Let's tip him over and have a look and see what we've done wrong. Well, guys, this thing's not doing real well. It's driving me crazy. I've put two 6M5s in and no audio. And there's nothing else wrong with the whole thing. So, okay, third time. Here we go. Dim bulb, lit up. Well, what we need about 210 on the plate. So on our HT, so we'll just watch him. And I hear noise. Not much noise, but a bit. Now we're back to 118 volts. Oh boy. Have we got audio? Yes. Okay, we have audio. Going to go to a higher dim bulb and see can we get things up and going here. We have audio, but only 165. We have very, very little RF. This is not good. Okay, we'll bypass dim bulb. And yeah, it's working, but our HT is way, way, way low. We're nearly 40 volts low. Okay, this 6V4 I put in may be a little bit doughy. So, got a brand new one. Let's try this and see if our HT changes. Boy, this is a bit of a trick, this. It's gone around the circle. That looks nice. Okay, very careful here. Okay. And okay, let's see if I can get a little bit better numbers out of a brand new 6V4. Okay. Well, we got 180 out of it. What's going on with this thing? That should blow us out of the workshop here. Audio, we got plenty of gain there actually. So what's okay. We'll go to the next valve. 6N8. Let's try him. We have a new 6N8 in there. And actually the old 6N8 looks pretty worn as well. That's had a lot of years. We'll see what comes up now. Slight crackle. Nothing. We're going to have to go voltage chasing here. As a matter of complete checking, we'll put a 6AN7 in. We've now got a 6AN7 in there. Let's see if it makes any difference. If not, we're going to have to go further into this with voltages. Deaf as a post. This radio should perform incredibly well. The HT is low. XM5, that's working okay. Well, this little chassis, after a long and tedious effort of trying to get this thing to perform, it's been a little bit of a trick. So I've replaced the 6AN7, the 6N8. For a start, we had a dodgy 6M5, which we've replaced, and yeah, it's an oldie, but it goes okay. 6V4, a little bit low voltage, we've replaced it with another old one. Voltage is up, all voltage is okay, everything checks out okay, still very, very low. It's deaf, there's hardly anything. Okay, so then I thought, well, I'll just check various things, the alignment, just off camera, to try and work out what the hell was going on with this thing. Well, guys, it's never straightforward, is it? I'm going to have to split this video in half. A little fault has sort of caught me out on this one. You'll see on part 2. I have finished part 1 and part 2, but we'll split this one for the moment just to separate the videos. But then I go ahead and just clean up the case and get things together. So the second part of it is interesting as far as what the fault was. This took ages and ages. So really sorry it's another long drawn out video. Philips 166, which I thought was so straightforward. They're an easy radio. Okay, so watch this part, and part 2 will be up very shortly, probably within the next day. Okay then, and another thing that I've got to try and rectify is a ticking sound on this microphone. It's actually the computer. It's every time it does something, checks the hard drive, whatever it's doing, it puts a ticking sound through my audio. So I was going to throw the mic away and get something better, but I have tried another couple of mics and they both do the same thing. So a little bit of PC diagnosis to work out what's going on. Any suggestions? It interferes with the audio, not good. I'm using line input on my PC and it creates a ticking sound on the line in.